Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Think about that for a minute. I don't understand what Diane's doing at this point. I really don't. I feel like this woman is too beautiful and too smart and is too successful to be having these back and forth feelings with Robert, playing it cool, playing it coy. It's like you're sitting there talking to him about this monster show thing, not monster show thing, this car show thing. And I'm just like, what are we doing? Hell, you're going over to Carly for relationship advice, which is just laughable in general. And even Carly's like, yo, listen, if he can't sit there and see for the woman that you are, that's his loss. And that's true. That's 100% true. If he can't sit there and actually get out of his own feelings and, whatever he has going on, lingering feelings with Holly, then you know what? He doesn't deserve somebody like her. That's just the bottom line. Um, you know, I see why Anna's doing this, right? Um, Breaking into his briefcase, going through his stuff. They're spies, right? So no reality. She should just sit there and ask him, like, "Yo, what's going on? You said you was at work, you wasn't at work, and like, what's up? There's a lot of stuff that's not adding up. Let's talk about this." But because of their nature, and it's the same thing with Valentine. Let's be honest. I don't feel like Valentine's trying to do anything to harm her or anything like that. But if he's doing things like, I don't know, burning down her house for her protection or some BS, instead of just telling her the truth, they clearly got issues. They clearly got trust issues. But that's within the line of their job. So I understand why they're doing this whole back and forth thing. Like when Valentine came in, he saw some stuff, like some papers or whatever, that was just like out of order. He was like, but instead of him actually saying anything, he just continued on with the conversation. So now they're both sitting there just talking to each other, but they don't necessarily trust each other. And whatever Valentine's doing, he feels he can't trust her to sit there and, I don't know, protect her in whatever way that he feels that he can protect her. Sonny, when Valentine came over to Sonny's place, and Valentine was like, yo, listen, they don't like this lack of cooperation. They want products to be moved. They want things to be done. Like he told Sonny more than once that these are very dangerous and powerful people, right? These are not people to sit there and play the game of F around and find out. They're not. And so when Sonny's like, well, listen, I don't want to do it. It's like I'm a big boy. I can handle this. Valentine's like, yo, listen, you're on protection. I'm trying to look out for you because we got mutual family connected. So I'm trying to look out for you. But Sonny's all like, well, I'm a big boy. I can handle this all by myself. All right, bro. He just walked out. Like, I don't blame him. Sonny has this certain level of arrogance that is going to backfire. Okay? And this is coming from a Sonny fan. Is going to backfire. And there's a part of me that's going to enjoy this, to be honest. I'm being dead serious about this. Sonny's moved weapons before in his territory. Okay? And people are just like, well, it's a bomb. It's a little bit different. So what? Weapons are weapons. What's the problem? They said they didn't know, who tried to shoot at you. That's not their problem to sit there and try to figure out who shot at you. That's your problem. Their issue is their stuff is not being moved. And Valentine said more than once, listen, they're going to move stuff to your territory regardless if you want them to or not. You're just getting the benefit of getting paid lots of monies. This whole, all right, there was a bomb. Like, what's the difference? Is it candy? No. And then why does it matter? Is it drugs? Fine, it's good. Is it drugs? No. Then why does it matter? I don't understand this whole hang up on. Okay, Betty Boo, Betty Boo, Betty Boo. As much as I actually like seeing Betty, There was literally no purpose of this episode, just except for to remind us that she is kind of a terrible person. Hell, even to the staff. The way she was not there talking to that dude, like belittling him. Even Jocelyn was like, damn girl, I'm rich, but Jesus Christ. And of course, she had some sit there and say, she's meant to get all smart mouth with her because she wants some alcohol. And like, I'm like, bro, it's early in the morning. Now, I went out yesterday, right? It was yesterday. And I'm with my family. Now, the night before, there was a lot of drinking, okay? It was heavy drinking that was going on. So in the morning, I could tell that my friend was hungover, is putting it mildly. So we went out to breakfast, whatever, we're ordering food. My friend was like, oh, I want a Corona. I'm sitting there like, broski, what? It's 9:30 in the morning. What are you talking about? So she's sitting there talking about, I want a Bloody Mary and stuff like that. And Johnson's just like, yeah, it's a good thing that you weren't sitting there babysitting, my sister at this point, because, like, you got a lot of stuff going on. Now, Dex gets there, right? I don't really understand why is Sonny paying this man to sit there and follow her, and I feel like he just does so much of a sloppy ass job. But he's there, he's not there making out with Jocelyn and Betty's like, oh, get a room. And to be fair, I'm gonna be honest. No one likes watching other people do the whole PDA thing. It's not like seriously. Go get a room somewhere. Anyway, they're exchanging dirty looks and stuff like that, and Betty leaves, and Jocelyn, and Doug's like, all right, well, listen, I gotta go. And Jocelyn's like, oh, what's going on? I was like, Jocelyn, listen, my dude got to work, okay? He doesn't get to just take days off and just kind of just hang out at the pool and stuff with like you, who clearly has zero responsibilities going on in your world. So, you got to go, and he follows. He's sitting there following Betty, but then Sonny's like, oh, well, he'll just sit there. She'll just drive you around in circles or whatever. So don't even do that. I need you to follow somebody else, which is probably going to be Valentine. And I'm like, does he even? I'm sitting there thinking, just in his job description, does he even actually know how to follow people? Because it's not. Don't get me wrong, it's not an easy thing to do. But I feel like he doesn't know what he's doing, and now he's going from following Betty to following Valentine, maybe? Like, really? Also, I know that Anna is sad about the house and stuff. Not so much about the house, but about the memories and stuff. And I get that. And she wants to sit there and have Robert there for emotional support because Robert came there. And, she's like, oh, we got to sit there and talk to Robin and Emma about, the house being burnt down. And the part of me's just like, I don't. The point of Molly is like you lived your life full of sin. You have done things. You have killed people. You have torn apart families and this, that, and the third, right? So this whole crying and whining about somebody's burning down my life and yada 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 yada. I'm just like I can't find my violin right now. That's just what I'm thinking. You do dirt, okay? You've done some stuff in your past. This whole sit there and crying and stuff like that is not really doing anything for me. It's really not. Uh, Drew and Carly's conversation almost seemed entirely pointless. Really didn't actually go anywhere. And of course, Drew has another one of his mind-numbing conversations with Cyrus. Cyrus is just, all grateful for somehow saving his life. I mean, you would sit there and think that the security guards are like trained at the very least basic level of some sort of care. But anyway, he's thanking him. He's using his Bible thumping quotes and all this other stuff. It really goes nowhere. Olivia starts acting like a nag in the beginning with Ned. Oh, you don't want to eat lasagna that way. It's gonna give you a stomach ache. Let me heat it up for you. Sis, he's fine. He's enjoying the lasagna. He's good. No, 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 no. Let me do it. Okay, you know what? Nah, just let her do it. Because if you don't, she's just gonna keep just. Anyway, they get to talking, and at some point, Olivia does talk to Monica on the phone. And I don't mean like just talking like no one else is on the other end. Like you can actually hear Monica's voice. They get off the phone. He plays a song for her. I had to fast forward through it because I just cannot sit there and sit through another one of his songs. Apparently, it was really emotional. She wants to make sure that he finishes the song, and I said this before. She's gonna want to fall in love with him. She's gonna want to fall in love with Eddie. Hell, she even called him Eddie, and not like she had to really think about it. It's like she literally just called him Eddie, just like instinct. So it's gonna be a hell of an adjustment when he does actually go back to being Ned, and she realizes that she kind of missed his wild streak. You know. Just on a side note, what does Diane actually sees in Robert? I don't get that because Robert Robert still is always going to have a disdain for the fact that Diane works for Sonny, right? He may sit there and be quiet about it for a little bit, but he's always going to sit there and bring that up every now and then. I don't understand what she and on top of the fact that he is hung up on Holly, and you can clearly see he's going to sit there and start to be the white shining arm, knight armor, whatever, for Anna. Why should a woman like her have to sit there and deal with that level of baggage? It's just beyond me. I know that the show wants to put those two together, but in all reality, it just seems pretty unbalanced for those two. It really does. I can't think of anything else that wound up happening. I know there's probably some other stuff that I might have missed, but that's just my general thoughts on the episode. So if I missed anything, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, days, B&B, Y&R. I feel like there should be more, even though it's not. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for joining. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.